am Christine Daal from Fashion Warrior. Tonight we are going to talk about why you need to have a sense of urgency, how to maintain it, and how to create it and maintain it, I should say. So if you are watching this video on Instagram, this will be deleted at the end of this broadcast. However, you can hop on over to Facebook inside the Fearless Fashionpreneur Facebook group and watch all of the replays there. If you don't have Facebook, create an account. It's free. It's that easy, okay? There's over 25 hours of free information that I've given out on the Facebook Lives, so definitely go back and watch them. Also, don't forget that we are doing our sharing contest. It's still going on, so whoever shares the most videos from our Facebook Live episode 40 to episode 50 will win an online course for free, valued at over $300. So definitely be sure that you're sharing these videos, and it's actually super easy. You can go back to episode 40 and just click share, go to 41, click share. You can literally go back and share all of the videos right now, so make sure to do that. Don't forget to give me your hearts, give me your thumbs up. I love hearing from you guys. It's like oxygen to me. I need it. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just talking to myself. So definitely give me your thoughts, your comments, your questions as we go along. So who's excited to know the 9 reasons why you need to have a sense of urgency and the 9 ways to create and maintain a sense of urgency? Who wants to know? Raise your hand, give me a heart, give me a yes, give me a woohoo. I want to hear from you guys. I know some of you are on, I know some of you are at work, but definitely try to participate as much as possible. All right, awesome. So, Lana, nice to see you on. Okay, great, awesome. Okay, Margot is giving me a thumbs up, great. Danielle, yes, because fashion is on a time, I'm sure you meant timeline. Yes, definitely. So leaders understand that urgency is essential to make change and progress. I would even go as far as to say that urgency is essential for success. You cannot be a successful business owner unless you understand how and when to create a sense of urgency. I've always been the type of person that if nothing's going on in my business or nothing's going on where it needs to be happening, I make things happen. I don't wait for things to happen. I am very impatient. If you ask my husband, he will tell you I'm a very impatient person. And so I don't like waiting. And so if nothing's going on, I will typically make things happen myself. Things don't just typically happen by themselves or by watching others or by waiting for things to happen. So you need to have a sense of urgency. So what is urgency? Well, urgency is a feeling that something has to be done right now, that there is no time to wait, there is no time like the present, it absolutely has to be done right away. It's the idea that everything has to be done as quickly as possible, and in my opinion, without compromising quality, because you don't just want to do a bunch of things and then do them horribly. You want to still do a good job and do them well, but get things done as fast as possible. And it's also having a sense that every day you come to work or every day you start you're working on your business, that you're making a commitment to make something happen. I like to say it's a race, right? And you need to act as if everything has a very tight deadline. So for example, my wonderful, beautiful little baby is due in about 9 weeks. However, in my mind, I have a sense of urgency and I'm telling myself, okay, the baby's due in 6 weeks. So I'm creating my own sense of urgency, even though there already is a sense of urgency already there, but I'm creating an even faster one by saying, okay, in my mind, the baby's due in 6 weeks, because technically, I don't know when this baby is coming. I have a supposed due date, but that's just what the doctors are telling me. It could come early, it could come late, we never know, right? So I'm creating a sense of urgency in my mind to say that this baby is coming in only 6 weeks instead of 9 weeks. And you know, often when you drag things out, you start to become vulnerable to your competitors. And so especially with the fashion industry, things are so crucial to be done in a quick manner. Trends come and go extremely fast. If you have a great idea, you really need to jump on it as fast as possible. Otherwise, your competitor who is hungrier than you may be beating you to the punch. Urgency is also the opposite of complacency. So in my opinion, people tend to be very complacent with certain things that come their way. And Also keep in mind that urgency and having a sense of urgency doesn't really come naturally to most people. Again, if you're watching this on Instagram and you're having problems with the sound, please head over to Facebook inside the Fearless Fashionpreneur Facebook group. Let me just type this for 1 second on here. Head over to the Facebook group if you can't hear me. Okay, hopefully everyone on Instagram is now on Facebook. All right, so let's talk about the 9 reasons why you need to have a sense of urgency. Number 1, we all want things instantly, right? We live in an Insta world, right? The world is moving at a faster pace. The rate of change is going up. Technology is making things faster. I mean, look at how often Facebook alone changes all the things that they're doing, the algorithms. Apple's always coming out with a new iPhone. Every time you look around, there's another iPhone, right? So things are changing at a very, very fast rate. And so that's definitely one of the top reasons we need to have a sense of urgency. Danielle says, yes, you're being proactive and being ahead of schedule doesn't hurt, especially since this is fashion and things tend or might lag. Yes, totally true. You are so right, Danielle. Yes. Also, number 2, it is painful to go slow. I say this all the time, and I try to explain this to my wonderful husband because he's the complete opposite from me when it comes to this. But it is painful to go slow. Why go slower? It's like ripping off a Band-Aid, okay? You know, when you're a kid and your mom's like, you know, rips it off really fast. It's because ripping it off faster is way better than ripping it off slower. Why would you want to go slow? It's painful. It's tougher. It's more frustrating. It's more stressful. If you wait till the last minute to do something, the amount of stress that you will have created by waiting till the last minute will definitely be more than the artificial stress that maybe you would have created in the beginning by having a sense of urgency. And then at least by creating that artificial sense of urgency and artificial maybe stress, as some people like to call it, in the beginning, you'll have time at the end to relax because maybe you would have gotten it done a lot faster or a lot sooner, right? So why go slow when you can go fast? It is definitely more painful to go slower. Okay, number 3. Urgency creates momentum. This is a big one. Momentum is the strength or force gained by motion or by a series of events. The strength or force. Do you want your business to be strong? If you want your business to be strong, you need to have a sense of urgency and create momentum. It's like the law of motion, right? An object at rest stays at rest. An object in motion stays in motion. You want things to constantly be in motion. You don't want things to slow down. I just took a vacation. I just got back from the Netherlands. I spent 11 days in the Netherlands. And while it's important to take a vacation, I also understand that while I'm on vacation, my business naturally slows down. Why? Because I'm not actively doing anything in it. Yes, I have assistants and things are running behind the scenes, but I'm not sending out as many emails, therefore I'm not getting as many emails in return. Things just naturally tend to be slower if you are slower. So again, why go slow when you can go fast? You will create momentum. Last month, I had the best month ever in my business. Why? Because I put a lot of things in motion. I had a lot of things going on and I kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And that's what you want to do with your business. You want to create that momentum so that things constantly are in motion. Number 4, creating a sense of urgency helps to keep you focused. Who knows what the word focus stands for? I say this all the time. Danielle, I know you know, so go ahead and type it in. What does the word focus stand for? Who can tell me? Anyone want to take a guess? I know Danielle knows the answer. Okay, focus stands for Follow one course until successful. That's what you want to do. There she goes. She wrote it. The comments are a little delayed. Yes, follow one course until successful. That's what focus means. When I created my own fashion line, I literally created the entire line and sold it within a period of 4 months. 4 months. Why? Because I was focused. I was not doing anything else. I was barely sleeping. I was lucky if I got a workout in and was able to eat properly for the day because I literally was so focused on finishing this line. But I got it done in 4 months and it was amazing. And it sold out of its first retail store in 2 weeks. I sold over 100 units of one style in a month and I created a ton of momentum. So that's what you want to do. You want to be focused, and by being focused and having a sense of urgency, it will help you to stay focused. Okay, number 5, having a sense of urgency and being urgent with things. You won't care what other people think or say because you won't have time to care. You're going to be so focused on what you're doing. You're not going to be able to look to the left. You're not going to be able to look to the right. You're only going to be able to have tunnel vision and see your goal and work towards it until you get there. When you have nothing going on, it's really easy to start looking around at people. It's really easy to start comparing yourself to your competitors that have a lot of things going on, right? You start looking on Instagram, you start looking at people, you start seeing things that they're doing, then you wonder why things aren't going like that for your business, right? You don't want to go down that path. That's like what I like to call the curse of comparison, okay? You don't want to go down that path. You want to stay on the path of urgency and focus and long-term vision. Number 6, having a sense of urgency brings about positive energy and excitement. You're going to feel great when you've got a lot of things going on in your business and you're not going to have time for any complaining or anything like that because you're going to have so many great things going on, right? When nothing's happening in your business, it's very easy to complain. It's very easy to look down. It's very easy to have a negative attitude about things. When something goes wrong, you're going to have the tendency to dwell on it a lot longer because you have nothing else over here that's going right. So you're going to keep focusing on that one thing that went wrong because you have nothing else that's going right. It's kind of like when you're juggling balls, right? If you're juggling 5 balls and one of them drops, you still have 4 balls. So not that big of a deal. But if you're only juggling 2 balls and one of them drops, that's 50% of your balls right there. So it's the same idea. If you've got a lot of things going on and something goes wrong or something doesn't work out, it's not going to be that big of a deal to you because you have so many other things going on that are good. So again, another reason why you need to have a sense of urgency. Number 7, having a sense of urgency brings about creativity. It's going to help you to start to think outside the box, especially when it comes to problem solving. I always find that I have way more ideas when I have a lot of things going on because it just makes your brain work faster, makes you think differently. It just helps you have so many more ideas and be so much more creative and be able to problem solve. So that's definitely going to help you. Number 8, having a sense of urgency will save you time. I always ask the question, if you were given the choice to go slower at your job with the tasks that you had to do for the day and work until 8 p.m. at night, would you rather do that or would you rather go faster at the tasks that you have to do and get off at 6 p.m. instead of 8 p.m.? Obviously, I'm sure most of you would choose, you'd rather leave work at 6 p.m. than 8 p.m., right? So it makes sense to go faster. And if you go faster, you're going to save more time and you're going to get more things accomplished. And if you want more tips on time-saving activities and understanding what your time is worth, rewatch Facebook Live episode number 26, where we talked about what your time is worth. And that's up inside the Fearless Fashionpreneur Facebook group. And number 9, the 9th reason why you need to have a sense of urgency is because you're going to do things smarter. When you don't have time to waste, you'll start to be more efficient with the time that you do have. And that's really, really key because you want to be as efficient as possible so that you can get the most amount of things done as possible. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Julia. How are you? Nice to see you girls on. So now that you know why you need to have a sense of urgency, let's talk about the 9 ways to create the sense of urgency and maintain it, because maintaining it is definitely important. So number 1, you need to have self-motivation in order to have urgency. It's essentially you're creating false deadlines in your mind. So you're going to need to have some rules and some restrictions so that you can really start to become more disciplined. And if you want more tips on how to become disciplined and stay motivated, go back and watch episodes 29 and 30 where we talked about how to get your mojo back, which was really how to stay motivated. So yes, being busy is great. You get a lot of inspiration. Yes, Daniela, definitely. Thanks for that comment. Okay, number 2, the second way to create a sense of urgency and maintain it is to set goals and deadlines. The more goals you have, the more deadlines you have, the easier it's going to be to create that sense of urgency. So like I said before, if you have something that's due in a certain amount of time, you always have that underneath, that underlying notion in the back of your mind that this has a deadline and I have to get it done. So I like to create artificial deadlines for things. Even if there is no deadline for something, I create one anyway, knowing that that's going to help me have a sense of urgency and maintain a sense of urgency. Otherwise, that thing will never get done. And if you want more tips on goal setting, go back and watch Facebook Live episode number 14. Okay, number 3, creating a sense of urgency is going to help you stay focused. So staying focused, the more you stay focused on your goals, on your deadlines, on what your vision is, on the end product, the more you're going to have a sense of urgency. Number 4, it's also important to take breaks. You want to avoid burnout. If you just keep going like the Energizer Bunny, that's not realistic, and eventually you need to rest. So understand yourself, understand how much sleep you need to get, understand how much rest you need, understand how many breaks you need within the day, and work around that, right? So it's fine if you need 8 hours of sleep, just understand that, and then make sure the other 16 hours that you have, you're really maximizing your time properly and you're not wasting it, okay? Number 5, have a strong why or sense of purpose. The more that you have a strong why, the more that you have a greater sense of purpose of why you're doing what you're doing, why you're creating the fashion line that you're creating, the more you're going to be driven to have a sense of urgency and get it out there. It's kind of like when I was planning my wedding, I really wanted to be in the best shape of my life, right? I was designing my wedding dress and I wanted to look great. So I was working out 3 to 4 times a week. I was on, a crazy food plan. I literally was in the best shape of my life. Why? Because I had a really strong why. I wanted to look good in my dress. And then long story short, my dress came in too small and I literally had to lose weight in order to fit into it. So I had a really, really strong sense and reason and purpose why I needed to lose weight, literally to be able to fit into my dress, but that's a whole other story. So having a strong sense of why, having a sense of purpose will definitely help you to create a sense of urgency and maintain it. Also understanding that having a sense of urgency is a skill and it needs to be worked on just like any other type of skill, right? Thank you guys for all the hearts and the thumbs up. I love it. Keep it coming. It's so awesome to see so many people on. So just like a muscle, right? It needs to be worked on in order to grow it, in order to get stronger. So understand that having a sense of urgency is the same thing. So you might not get it right the first time, but keep working on it and keep working at it until you can become the best at having a sense of urgency. Yes, wedding dresses are a great excuse to lose weight, for sure. Okay, number 7, don't let your successes make you complacent. This is a big one. So a lot of people will start to have small successes in their business as they're pushing for certain things to happen. And as those small successes come in, they'll say, oh, well, I did this and did that, so now I can relax a little bit. No, you don't want to do that. Your successes should push you to have an even bigger sense of urgency, right? It shouldn't kill your sense of urgency. It should create more of a sense of urgency. So for instance, I already told you, I had the best month ever in my business last month. That means this month I want to have an even better month than last month. It doesn't mean this month I can slack off and relax because I made a bunch of money last month. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I need to have an even better month this month, and every month thereafter needs to be even better. So you need to have the same mindset. I mean, look at Google, right? They could have easily relaxed and said, hey, we're the best at this, we're the best at that, but they keep coming out with new things. They keep evolving, they keep changing. And that's what you want to do with your business. Okay, number 8, you don't want to treat all tasks equally. This is a huge one. You want to become outcome focused, not task focused. So a lot of people will be doing a lot of things all day long and think that because they accomplished a lot of things or crossed a lot of things off their list or did a lot of tasks that they actually did a lot. But at the end of the day, you want those tasks to be outcome focused. You want them to have meaning. You want them to actually equate to sales so that you can become profitable, right? So there's a difference between working in your business and working on your business. And both of those things need to be done as a business owner, but you have to understand when one is more important than the other. So according to John Cotter, who is the author of the book, A Sense of Urgency, he says that urgency is not to just have a meeting today, it's to have a meeting that accomplishes something today. So you need to prioritize and focus on what is actually yielding results, what's actually getting you sales, and fight the temptation to try to do everything at the same time and treat all the challenges equally, because not every task on your to-do list is going to be equal. So you want to set your tasks at the beginning of the day, or I like to do it the night before, and then start to number them or prioritize them or put them in order of importance so that if you don't get to some of the smaller tasks that aren't as important, it's not as big of a deal as long as you work on the ones that are very, very important. Okay, sound good? And number 9, you need to bring the outside in. What do I mean by that? So you need to start hiring people that can help you in the areas that you need help with. A lot of startups have the mentality that we know best, or I know what I'm doing, I don't need any help, but then their sales are hurting, and it's usually because they're not willing to get help. So I talk to startup designers all the time that are doing pop-up shops and not making any money, or have an online shop and aren't getting any sales. And they're not willing to get any help. And that's not the mentality you want to have. You want to have the mentality that asking for help is the right thing to do, and it's only going to help your business. You don't want your sales to hurt because you have an I know it all type mentality. And a lot of people are hurting and their sales are hurting because they're not willing to bring in an outside consultant to help. They underestimate the importance of hiring and seeking expert advice, and this is where we come in. So if you are interested in working with us, don't forget you can schedule a free 20-minute discovery call by going to our website, fashionangelwarrior.com, and clicking the button to schedule a free call. So definitely you don't want to have that mentality. So that's it, guys. That's the 9 ways why you need to have a sense of urgency and 9 tips on how to create and maintain a sense of urgency. So I hope you loved tonight's Facebook Live. We are going to be back next week, again, next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please vote for your topic. I put a little post inside the Fearless Fashionpreneur Facebook group for different topics for next week. So definitely vote for your favorite topic and we'll do that topic for next week. Don't forget our sharing contest is still going on. So please share this video with all your fabulous fashionpreneurs. Don't worry if you missed it. This video is recorded and up inside the Fearless Fashionpreneur Facebook group, so you can go back and watch it. Also, our next New York City Fashion Tour is coming up on Thursday, June 21st. It's already 50% sold out. So if you are interested, go to fashiontour14.eventbrite.com to sign up for that. And keep in mind that the textile shows are coming up in July. There is the DG Expo, which is from the 16th to the 18th. And Tex World, which is the 23rd to the 25th, and I'll be speaking at both of those. So I look forward to seeing all of you there. Definitely be sure that you sign up. Yes, don't forget, you can watch all of these Facebook Lives. They're all up and recorded inside the Fearless Fashionpreneur Facebook group. All right, guys, love you. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time inside the Fearless Fashionpreneur Facebook group. Love you. Bye.